7th, 2024, and we will call the City Council meeting to order. Roman Garcia,
Yes.
Councilman Garcia, do you have a prayer and will you lead the pledge?
Yes, you'll stand. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for another day to live in the wonderful creation that you have blessed us with. We thank you and we ask for your continued love and being gracious for us and blessing our community. And we humbly thank you. Pray for a blessing over this city and our state and our nation and over the leaders and community members who are so richly involved. I ask that you bring us all together to come in alignment with your plan and your purpose that you have set us here for. Thank you for the place that you have given us to conduct the business of our wonderful community, our wonderful home of Kerrville. And we pray that the citizens feel and that they are valued and welcomed and prioritized in everything that we do. We pray for your guidance and your wisdom in our decision-making process this evening and for the rest of our meetings that we have to come. Guide us as we do our best to govern this city and represent the citizens to the best of our ability. It will be done on earth as it is in heaven. In your Son's name we pray, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Is Maria Pineda here? There she is. Hi. All right. I understand you are here to present us with an award. So if you would like to come up and do that. Now we've got, do you want to read this or do
I
you?
just kind of made some notes on my phone, so I don't
Okay.
have to read it.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Maria Perneda, for those of you that I haven't gotten to meet. I am one of the new district liaisons for Senator Pete Flores. I'm covering the southwest portion of the district, obviously including Kerrville, and I am here to present a resolution. I also have some notes on my phone, so. So Senator Flores really wanted to be here today, but unfortunately schedules didn't line up, so I'm here in his place, and it's really cool that I get to do it because I'm born and raised here. So it's cool that I get to come back to my community and present an award to them. So it's really, I don't know, I'm really excited to be here.
So you're a Tybee graduate?
I am a Tybee graduate. I graduated with Mike Hayes' son right there.
Oh, wow. Okay, good.
Are you B. Perneda's daughter?
Yes.
Okay, there we
Okay,
go.
there we go.
That's me.
We're matching it up, yeah.
So I was born and raised here, so this is really cool that I get to do this. So, with that being said, it's my honor to congratulate the city of Kerrville for being named the 50th music-friendly Texas community by the Texas Music Office. That's a lot to say. Kerrville is being recognized for its rich musical heritage and the hard work that city officials have put into creating an environment for local music artists to shine. For example, the Kerrville Folk Festival has become a beloved destination for musicians, songwriters, music fans for 52 years. Just by qualifying for music-friendly Texas communities, the city of Kerrville is helping to advance the state's proud musical tradition. I now want to read a quote by Senator Flores that was highlighted in a press release that was sent out by Governor Abbott. He says, "It is an honor to share in celebrating Kerrville being named the 50th music-friendly Texas community. Kerrville is a wonderful reflection of Texas values and a slice of small-town living, with incredible culture all across the community. This designation will provide the community with exceptional economic opportunities to welcome new visitors from all corners of the state and beyond. My most sincere congratulations to all the local community members that worked tirelessly to achieve this recognition. I am proud to represent the incredible folks of Kerrville in Senate District 24, and I look forward to joining in this celebration to enjoy some live music soon. So again, from everyone, from myself, Senator Flores, everybody in our office in Austin, we're so excited to congratulate the city of Kerrville. Thank you so much for your hard work, and keep it up. Yeah, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here and for delivering that, and we will accept it gladly. So, thank you. All right, I realize I jumped over announcements of community interest, so we'll.
That's okay.
Thank you,
I'm going to be
Stuart.
quick because I know we do have a lot of recognitions tonight. So just a couple of items. Spring break, it's hard to believe it. Friday's March the 1st. Spring break is coming up, and so if you're looking for something to do, Kerrville Shriner Park has a couple of activities planned for March the 11th and March the 15th. March the 11th is campfire night and movies in the park. That starts at 6 p.m. They'll have s'mores, and then I believe the movie is Super Mario Brothers. So bring the kids out for that. 4 nights later, family night, concerts by the river. That also starts at 6 p.m. again at Kerrville Shriner Park. They'll have games, and then there's the Javier Solis Band and Ranch House playing that night. That's the first of our Concerts by the River series this spring and summer, so we look forward to that. And then one quick announcement. I don't know if we have any disc golf tournament players in here, but if you want to play disc golf, there is a tournament coming up March 23rd at Shriner. It's $40 per team. Registration deadline is March the 15th. And you can go to our Kerrville website and register for that under Parks and Recreation. A lot of fun to playing those things, so if you want to play some disc golf, check it out. And that's it.
All right, thank you, Stuart. Anybody have anything else?
Just
They'd
pet
like to-
adoptions this Saturday at 2102 Memorial Boulevard.
And the city councilman place two, Jeff Harris, had a remarkable hole-in-one this week. Ask him about it, he'll tell you.
All right.
Mayor, sorry, in development of the agenda, we didn't really take into logistics of some of the parking situations with the fire department. They're all kind of parked across the street and having to, cross the major street. So if it would be okay with council, could we move the fire department stuff so we can make sure that they can get back to their stations and be able to
Yes,
serve?
absolutely.
All right, thank you,
So,
Mayor, council.
we will do that right now. Chief?
Should be. Fireman. Always.
Casey, I'll recognize you first. So this one. I'd like to take an opportunity, we had our awards and recognition ceremony last Thursday.
Come on up here, guys.
So, we had
Everybody-
awards and
everybody can see
recognition
you.
ceremony last Thursday, and these two individuals were nominated by their peers and voted on by their peers as the Officer of the Year and the Firefighter of the Year, so I'd like to take a chance. So Lieutenant Casey Goodman. So Lieutenant Casey Goodman was recognized as Officer of the Year. He was hired as a firefighter paramedic in November 2012 and previously served with Alamo Heights Fire Department and the San Angelo Fire Department. He promoted to the rank of driver in 2015 and lieutenant in May of 2021. He's credentialed as a licensed paramedic, master structure firefighter, fire instructor 3, driver pumper operator, fire officer 2, incident safety officer, incident commander, basic fire investigator, basic wildland firefighter, and basic aircraft rescue. He graduated summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Applied Arts and Sciences in the Fire and Emergency Services Administration from Texas A&M at San Antonio and enrolled in graduate school for an Executive Master of Public Service and Administration at the Texas A&M Bush School of Government and Public Service. He serves on the Safety Committee and is a Field Training Officer. He earned the Firefighter of the Year in 2020. He was nominated for the job he does, every tour without fail. He's engaged with his crew, shift, and department. He's a proven leader that sets the tone for his shift. Recently, he took the challenge with his crew to lead 3 probationary firefighters to successfully complete their task books within 6 months. He's engaged with committees and as a field training officer. He is always there for everyone if they need help with anything and consistently goes above and beyond in every aspect of his job. Casey is admired by his fellow colleagues for his leadership and dedication to the Kerrville Fire Department. He has a passion for the fire service and EMS to leave the department better than we found it. These are just a few of Lieutenant Casey Goodman's outstanding leadership values that earned him the 2024 Officer of the Year. So. Next, I'd like to recognize David Herbert, so DJ. So I have the honor to recognize David as Firefighter of the Year. DJ was hired in June of 2020 and previously served with Fredericksburg Volunteer Fire Department. He is credentialed as a paramedic, basic structure firefighter. DJ was born into the fire service with his mom and stepdad serving with the Fredericksburg Fire Department. DJ's career started goal to earn a certificate in every aspect of firefighting. In 2023, he set the bar to achieve this goal with earning over 200 hours of training classes in just 2023. He completed Wildland 130, 190, and 180, Vehicle Rescuer Level 1, Rope Rescue Awareness, Rope Rescue Operations and Technician Level 1, Fire Instructor 1, and currently enrolled in the Texas Commission on Fire Protection Driver Operator course. He has also found the time to attend a No Quit Rapid Intervention Team training, STRAC EMS Conference, and Texas EMS Conference, plus additional off-duty educational opportunities. Although it was noted by his lieutenant that he still needs to learn how to cook eggs in a cast iron skillet, so I had to say it for Lieutenant Zenner. DJ was nominated for maturing into a knowledgeable, eager, and devoted firefighter-paramedic. His peers stated how impressed they are with his compassionate patient care, scene control, delegating tasks, and embracing the role as a paramedic. DJ's love for the job is an understatement, with his passion for training, learning new skills for the profession, and making sure he does the job correctly and efficiently as possible. He's a team player that loves the camaraderie of the fire service. DJ will continue to lead and represent the Kerrville Fire Department with his positive impact on the current and future firefighters and paramedics. He upholds our core values of professionalism, integrity, commitment, and teamwork. These are a few of David Herbert's outstanding qualities and traits that earned him the 2024 Firefighter of the Year.
Chief, do we have any families here with these guys? Yes, and please introduce your family.
Sarah Derrick.
We're glad to have you.
We have fire family here too, so.
Yes, we do. Please, those of you that are here, give us your name.
Come on forward.
Come on up and tell us who you are.
Lieutenant ran away quick.
Come on, gentlemen.
Deputy Chief Stephen Boyd,
And how long with the fire department?
21 years.
Les Van Hooser, Battalion Chief on Bishop,
And how long?
39 years.
39 years. Wow.
And look a day over. Philip Randall, I've been with the Kerrville Fire Department 15 years. I'm a driver on B-Shift.
15 years.
Wesley Lewis been with the fire department for 5 years.
5 years. Wonderful. And I don't think he said how long you guys have been around.
Go ahead. DJ Herbert, I've been here for approximately 4.5 years.
Okay.
All right, and I've been going, this will be 12 years for me with Kerrville, 16 overall with the fire service.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you all very, very much. We appreciate it. Thank you for your longevity. That is just, and your dedication. It is absolutely wonderful. Please, shake the hand of a council person before you leave.
Congratulations.
And walk carefully across the street.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. This name? All right. That's just fantastic that they have been with the department as long as they have. Wonderful. All right, will our hamburger cookers come up, please?
We don't normally dress like this.
I think it looks good.
Did y'all bring us one?
We will.
Apologize, but you can come to the Dole Center Sunday at 1 o'clock.
I'm planning on being there.
How do you want to say this?
All right, this group, a very special group, they're all special groups, but you're also. The city of Kerrville recognizes Hamburgers for the Hungry with the February 27, 2024 Kerrville Kindness Award. Hamburgers for the Hungry was started in 2021 in direct response to Jesus' directive, Feed My Sheep. Organized by the men and women at St. Peter's Episcopal Church, the Burger Ministry is now in its 4th year of serving free hamburgers, chips, bottled water, and condiments to area citizens on the first Sunday of every month at the Doyle Community Center. The burgers, which weigh 6 to 7 ounces each, and are hand-prepared at St. Peter's early in the morning before being cooked at the Doyle Center, are routinely described by recipients as the best in town, probably due to the salt lick garlic steak rub that adorns each patty. Hamburgers for the Hungry co-founder Ross Frommel, who is right here with his name on there, said to see an old Suburban pull up with mom and dad in the front and 4 or 5 children in the back and ask for 6 bags, and knowing that by serving this little family, we have saved them about $40 in food bills and served them a great meal is a lot of fun. The Kerrville Kindness Program offers a sincere thank you to Hamburgers for the Hungry for responding in such a positive way to the needs of our community. We thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I'd like to have all of you give us your names, and if there's something you'd like to say about what you do, please.
My name's Mark Hoffler. I'm a lifelong member of St. Peter's Church. I don't have an apron because I'm still on probation. My job is to take the orders, so I get to visit with the people in the cars while they wait. And we're seeing a lot of repeat customers, and it's just fun to talk to them, and they're very, very appreciative. And I want to thank Ross and the rest of the team for busting chops, so to speak.
I'm Bob Hayes, and I've been a member of the church for just over 5 years, and it's just been a joy to show up once a month on Sunday and be able to serve 145 hamburgers and be a part of this team that does that. It's fantastic. I guess that the concern is that we may be up to 300 or 400 hamburgers, and we may need some of you.
Nice. Good job, Bob. I'm James Horn. I've been a member of St. Peter's for a little over 5 years, and I've been with the Hamburger for the Hungry since we started 4 years ago, and it's been fun. A lot of camaraderie with the guys.
I'm Fred Henneke, and I've been a member of St. Peter since 1992 when I moved here from Dallas. What is kind of interesting is we cook hamburgers till we run out. Sometimes it doesn't exactly match the demand. But that's all we could do is cook what we have, and we glorify the opportunity to serve these folks.
Mickey Haraney, and been at St. Peter's for 20 years, and I have also been a member of this little group since we started. It always brings tears to my eyes because I'm chopping the onions. But seriously, I am always blessed way more than I feel like we're able to bless those that stop by and see us, and we invite all of you guys and you too to the Doyle Center this Sunday.
My name is Ross Rummel, and I've been a member of St. Peter's for 15 years with my wife, Deborah. And I do want to point out that we have somewhat of a woman's auxiliary who helps prepare the vegetables at the church Sunday morning, and thank you. Kudos to you all for doing that. What's interesting is when we started this, almost 4 years ago, the first time we were prepared to give out 150 the first time. And we gave out 20. And then it grew, and it grew, and it grew. And instead of having to give hamburgers away at the end of the day because none of people came, now it's 1 to 3. We're gone by 2 o'clock. I mean, it's caught on. People know they're good. We have repeat customers, I guess you might say. You know, and again, it's just so fun when you see like the Suburban, you know, you see a young boy ride up on a bicycle. They say, "Can I have a bag and 2 for my mom and dad who are at home and can't drive?" And off he goes with 3 bags. It's really meaningful. Thank you.
My name is Bert Betts. I serve as the rector, the head pastor at St. Peter's Episcopal Church. And it is such a privilege to serve this wonderful congregation of Christians. I serve as their spiritual leader, but in so many respects I follow their lead, their example. This group that was inspired to take this on, the men and women of this group, as Ross said, and I especially appreciate too what we've done in making friends in the neighborhood. These gentlemen and the women that serve, they do it all with such a friendly posture, and we have made good friends in the neighborhood, and that has just grown tremendously over the years. So I'm grateful for this group and the ministry that we have with Hamburgers for the Hungry. So,
Great.
thank you.
When I was out there were some women, but it's
Yep.
all you guys. So where are those gals?
One's in Colorado, and one couldn't come, so.
But we have some other church members here, right?
We
Right
do.
there.
Yeah, Melda.
Okay, please raise your hand and, all right, we thank you. We thank
We
you.
thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
somebody
you.
can hold this, and I think they would like some pictures maybe? All right, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. All right. We appreciate it. You may have a big crowd this Sunday.
Yeah.
A bigger crowd.
Joe?
Prayers were heading your way.
You bet. Thank you, man. All right.
Mike, how are you doing? Thank you.
Sunday, 1 to 3. And they're out there, rain or shine, with the wind blowing. We can hook you up with. All right, I think I need the Dietert Center people now. Excuse me. Come up, hello, hello. He's with us too, all right.
I was hitchhiking. I felt sorry for me because I didn't have an apron.
All right.
He's trying to talk an apron out of us, yeah.
City of Kerrville proclamation. And this is a little bit long, but what they do deserves it. Whereas on March 22nd, 1972, President Nixon signed into law a measure that amended the Older Americans Act of 1965 to include a national nutrition program for individuals 60 years and older. For more than 5 decades, this landmark law has helped to fund community-based organizations like Meals on Wheels, and it is still the only federal program designated specifically to meet the nutritional and social needs of older adults. And whereas this year, Meals on Wheels programs from across the country are joining together for the March for Meals awareness campaign to celebrate its success and garner the support needed to ensure these critical programs can continue to address food insecurity and malnutrition, combat social isolation, enable independence, and improve health for years to come. And whereas a group of Dietert Center volunteers in Kerrville and Kirk County established a program to serve seniors both congregate and home-delivered meals 54 years ago, which became a part of the national Meals on Wheels movement. Dietrich Center volunteers for the Meals on Wheels program are the backbone of the program, and they not only deliver nutritious meals to seniors and individuals with disabilities who are at significant risk of hunger and isolation, but also caring concern and attention to their welfare. The Dietrich Center Meals on Wheels program provides nutritious meals to seniors throughout the area that help them maintain their health and independence. The program also provides a powerful opportunity for social connection for hundreds of Kerrville and Kerr County seniors to help combat the negative health effects and economic consequences of loneliness and isolation. And whereas Dietrich Center Meals on Wheels program deserves recognition for the significant contributions and essential services they have provided amid inclement weather and other emergencies, and whereas the senior population is increasing substantially and action is needed to support local Meals on Wheels programs through federal, state, and local funding, volunteering, donations, and raising awareness to ensure these vital services can continue to be delivered for years to come. Now therefore I, Judy Eichner, Mayor of the City of Kerrville, Texas, do hereby proclaim March 2024 as a month celebrating Meals on Wheels. And I urge every community member to take this month to honor our senior nutrition programs, the individuals they serve, and the volunteers who care for them. Our recognition of and involvement in the National March for Meals celebration can enrich our entire community and help combat senior hunger and isolation in America. And I have signed that. So tell us who you are and a little bit about
Excuse me, my voice. This is good you read all that, because I can't do it. Brenda Thompson, I'm the Executive Director of the Dietrich Center, and we are so thankful for the assistance and collaboration that we have with the city, all the departments in the city that help us provide these meals. We provide 67,000 meals a year, and our volunteers provide over 21,000 hours of service to deliver these meals in our community in Kerr County. And that's about 300 meals a day that we deliver. So our March for Meals, it's fun. Champions Week is coming up. Y'all should have got your email today or tomorrow. That will have opportunities for you to sign up to come do a ride along, and we look forward to having y'all come and be a part of it. So thank you so much.
Well, it's fun to do.
It is.
It's fun to do.
Paige Sumner, I'm the Director of Philanthropy, and other than what they said, I think that an important part of March for Meals is also raising awareness for people who need it. So if anyone knows anyone who needs Meals on Wheels, because of our support from volunteers and donors, we don't have a waiting list, and a lot of communities cannot say that. So if you know somebody who needs it, you know who to call.
What are the briefly, what are the requirements?
60 and over, and basically cannot prepare a meal for themselves, whether it's because they can't drive or they are, just homebound. Yeah, homebound seniors is the key word. So, okay. Yes, ma'am.
There's no income requirements or anything like that. They're just homebound and can't prepare meals for themselves. We send an assessor out that goes and does the assessment, and we can get them on within a day or two. So it's a wonderful program. I've been there almost 6 years, and it's just by far, if you've never done a route, gone on a ride along, you got to do it, because you see a part of town that you maybe didn't even know even existed.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And they are so excited to see you. It's delightful.
It's more than a meal. It's an opportunity for us to do a wellness check on them. And then that driver comes back and tells our staff, Miss Smith sure wasn't looking very good, or she didn't feel very good today. I think we need to call and check on her. We might call a loved one and say, you need to be sure and go check on your mom because she didn't look very good today. So it's a wellness check that we're constantly doing on them, and it's a great thing. And we're also taking care of their pets. We have a pet program that we do. Because
more than a meal.
More than a meal. Because some people might, feed their food to their pet, and we don't want them to do that. So we have pet food that we deliver and we take to them too, and veterinary care. for them as well. So, you know, it's a great organization.
It is, and it's,
It's food oriented, so I thought I'd show up. I'm a foodie or whatever.
you're on the board, right?
I'm the treasurer because I'm a banker and, I think. But I would encourage y'all to do a ride along. It's fun. I promise you'll get as much out of it as what you see on the other end. It's a blast, and Brenda cooks breakfast that morning, so
All that whole week, I cooked breakfast. Yeah.
incentive to do a ride along.
In fact, Joe was the first person to sign up, so I have a
Yeah.
biscuit with your name on it.
And these ladies do a wonderful job down at Dieter along with the rest of the staff.
No, great organization, and what you provide for our community is fabulous.
It's great.
So, it is. All right,
Thank
we'll
you.
let you
All right.
hold on to that, and you need pictures again?
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Shake the hand of Of course, we appreciate you very much. Take care.
See ya.
I got my email.
All right, that's perfect. It was times like that intentional.
I know. Let me see if she's. Thank you. Are you staying a little bit, or are you going to? Okay, let's see. You'd like a picture?
Oh, sure, yeah, I'm sorry, I kind of ran off.
All right. Okay.
Perfect, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you guys, appreciate it.
Come back and see us.
I will, oh, absolutely. Y'all call me if you ever need anything.
Tell your mom I said hello.
I will.
All right. Shelley, with our.
We're
Judy,
gonna have a
what am I
life-saving
missing?
award presentation.
Oh, yes, we do. That's right. Thank you guys for keeping me on track.
Mayor Council,
Come on up to the front.
come on in. Mayor Council, I thank you for the opportunity to get to honor some of our officers as well as our telecommunications specialists tonight that were involved in two separate incidents that led to a review of those incidents and awarding of a life-saving bar or life-saving award in the case of our telecommunications specialists. And I will start there with telecommunications specialist Carla Garcia. On January 19th, 2024, she took a 911 call in which she answered and was confronted with two very chaotic parents, or who we believe were parents, callers, who had a 3-year-old who was choking, unable to breathe. She ran through her procedures. She was very calm. She worked to calm the parents that were involved in the incident, providing them with information on how to free the lodged substance in the child's airway. She did this both in English and in Spanish. As I listened to the call and reviewed the call, she was utilizing her Spanish skills and trying to calm the mother, and as well as providing English instructions to the male that was on the phone. And as she gives the instructions, you can hear the callers performing the Heimlich or trying to dislodge the lodged substance in the child's throat. And at one point, you can hear the child cough and begin crying, which was a great sound over the phone because you could really hear the relief from the parents. In that time, she was also taking that information, passing that on, getting emergency services en route while she was providing that information. This incident was forwarded to our Meritorious Review Board. They reviewed the incident and unanimously agreed that telecommunications specialist Garcia was worthy of a life-saving award for her efforts on January 19th, 2024. Congratulations, Carla, and thank you. Stay there for just.
Oh, no, you don't get
You got to get your picture made in just a minute. In a second unrelated incident, on January 23rd, 2024, Officer Dylan Myers and Officer Tyler Cottonware responded to a report of a traffic crash in which a vehicle left the roadway and crashed into a fence. Upon their arrival, they located a male subject slumped over in the seat, suffering from what was likely a cardiac incident. All the doors to the vehicle were locked, and due to the position the vehicle had crashed into the fence, it was very difficult to make entry into the driver's side door. They both worked as a team to extricate the individual, had to force entry through a window, and then worked to try to free the doorway into the fence to extract the individual from the vehicle. Once out, Officer Cottonware began chest compressions on the individual, and EMS arrived and took over treatment. That individual was later revived, and for their efforts, both Officer Myers and Officer Cottonware were going to be awarded the life-saving award. After review of our committee, it was unanimously agreed that both officers were involved and instrumental in saving the individual that was in distress, working together to get him out of the vehicle, and then being able to provide the life-saving measures immediately upon extrication from the vehicle until EMS's arrival. So congratulations to Officer Cottonware and Officer Myers for earning their life-saving bar.
Chief, you can get some pictures, but I think you've got some family here, don't
We
you?
do indeed.
All right.
If you would like to introduce any family you have here. Come on up.
These are my daughters, Darlene, Emma, and Annalise, and this is my mom, Susana.
I've got my wife, Shyla.
Come on, folks.
10-year-old Rylan, 9-year-old Rowdy, and my 2-year-old Tinsley.
All my family's wearing blue.
Yeah, we've got part of these guys' shifts back here in the back as well. So that's their family here, Dylan's family here in support of all.
We can get them all on the paper this way. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you, ma'am.
Purple one. She needs a purple one.
Thank you all for coming.
Yeah, please.
30 minutes was pretty nice.
Best of the best.
Yep.
We're fortunate to have the ones we have.
We are, very. All right, I believe that takes care of all of our presentations, right? We haven't missed any.
Right.
So now we're ready for Visitors and Citizens Forum. Do we have any speakers?
We have one, Katie Capel.
guess I came on the right night. I brought some materials for each of you. I'm Katie Capel, and I've lived in Kerrville since 2015. I'm a master naturalist, and I'm a member of the community effort to achieve certification of Kerrville as a bird city. This is a joint program of Texas Parks and Wildlife and Texas Audubon, designed to educate citizens about the needs of birds and improve their environment. Our group began working on this last year, and we came to you for approval of a proclamation recognizing International Migratory Bird Day, which is coming up again on May 11th. The program was paused in the fall for reorganization, and our new application for certification is due June the 1st. As part of this effort, we will be asking you to approve a resolution of support for our application. We are writing narratives of all the relevant activities that are being accomplished in Kerrville so far this year without the involvement of the city. And in this package is a list of the activities that we have agreed to perform, and you will see that many of them are about public education, native plants, and quite an array of different things. The resolution currently is being reviewed by Parks and Recreation Department, and we'll bring it for approval after the eclipse is over. We figured we don't want to bother them until after the eclipse.
Thank you.
When birds thrive, people prosper. Like the canary in the coal mine, birds are a sign of the health of our environment. Nationwide, 30% of our songbirds have disappeared in the last 50 years due to the loss of habitat and threats like environmental hazards, insecticides, and predation. You will see from the activity list that we are attempting to counteract some of these issues. Our focus this year is on public education and on planting more native plants. The Riverside Nature Center will host a native plant sale again on April the 20th. The website that is described in our handout contains a list of our partners: Riverside Nature Center, the UGRA, Native Plant Society of Texas, Wild Birds Unlimited, Schreiner University, the Ridge Cafe and Garden, Hill Country Master Naturalist, and more. We are still accumulating more partners that are interested in this effort. Kerrville is a magical place for birders. We are on the central flyway for migratory birds. 50% of all the birds that migrate into the United States come through here. This is the central flyway. 80% of them migrate at night, so you might not notice them that much. They are attracted by the river and all the streams that we have. So why not improve our habitats and our amenities? More native plants, bird blinds, observation decks, guides to birding sites means more birders coming and spending their time and their money in our city. Texas draws more than 2.2 million bird watchers annually, and wildlife tourism contributes $1.8 billion to the Texas economy every year. A bird-friendly habitat increases property values, helps control insects, and generates tourism dollars. It's a win for birds and a win for our city. So I hope that we'll have your support when we come back with our resolution.
Thank you. Thank you,
Can
Mayor.
I just bring these up?
Thank you. Yep. That's our only speaker, right, Shelley?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, we are ready for 4A. We have 4A, B, and C. They are all on the consent agenda. Do we have a motion for those three items?
I'm going to request to pull 4A on a clarification on the pricing. And then I'll make a motion to approve the remaining consent agenda items 4B and 4C.
A second?
Second.
All in favor, right hand, please. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, I did want to state that on the meetings, item 5, the title will be corrected for a public hearing instead of ordinance.
Okay.
It was only the title correct, that needs
Just
correct.
5A or 5?
Item 5,
Okay,
that's on the February 13th minutes.
oh, you're
okay.
talking about the minutes.
Correct.
Okay, okay, I've got you. All right,
Gotcha.
thank you. All right, Roman?
Thank you. Could I get some clarification on the price here? There's 2 listed, and I want to just know which one we're going with. There's in the subject line of the agenda, it's 163,789, and then on the agenda bill itself, under the expenditure required, it's 148,899. Is it? And then I also look at the amount we have budgeted for that. So can you help me to understand which one we're actually going with there?
Okay, so the actual price is the 148.
Okay.
But because this unit is about a year and a half out.
Yep.
We're giving it 10% in case if the price changes.
Okay.
We can at least lock it in at that.
Perfect.
So it's
we're-
just the
we'll be good
amount of
whenever
time.
because of the supplies.
That's correct.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mayor, I'll move to approve the purchase.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for 4A. All in favor, right hand, please. And it passes. All right. We are ready for 5A. Shelley?
Ordinance number 2024-04, second reading, an ordinance establishing an exemption from ad valorem property taxes for qualifying child care facility properties pursuant to the authority in section 11.336 Texas Tax Code. There are no citizen speakers signed up.
All right. Do we have a motion, council?
I'll make the motion to approve ordinance number 2024-04 on second reading.
Second.
We have a second?
Mayor, if I can, Mr. Garcia's up.
I'm just here to answer any questions in case y'all need anything in
All
regards
right,
to
we
this item.
have, thank
Drew
you.
just happens to have the flu, so.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, right hand, please. Opposed? Mr. Garcia. Moving on to 5B, also a second reading. Shelley?
Ordinance number 2024-05, second reading, an ordinance deleting Chapter 22 Aviation of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Kerrville, Texas, containing a cumulative clause, containing a savings and severability clause, providing other matters relating to the subject. There are no citizen speakers signed up.
All right. Are we ready for a motion, council?
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance number 2024-05 on second reading.
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor, right hand, and it passes unanimously. Resolution, number 6A, Shelley?
Resolution number 07, 2024, resolution authorizing the sale of the property located at 505 Centerpoint Drive East. Such property described as Lot 1, Oakview Estates, a subdivision out of the Benjamin B. Peck Survey, number 51, abstract number 266, and consisting of approximately 17.68 acres, and authorizing the city manager to execute the documents necessary to complete this sale. There are no citizen speakers signed up.
All right, council, do you have some questions? Guillermo, do you want to give us a presentation?
Yes, ma'am, I just want to give you a quick presentation because it's
Okay.
been a few minutes since we brought this last to you. It was actually in October where we brought this to you for the sale of this particular property. State law does allow the city of Kerrville to sell this property by 2 methods. One is by auction or by realtor. And in this situation, we asked permission to use a realtor to sell this particular property. And we did ask for you in October that the city manager identified this property and requested authorization to sell it. We again acquired this property in 1978. It served as a locator for the airport and is no longer in service. As you can see, the property is down in the little corner. It is not in the city limits. And I just have a picture here, a little bit better picture of the property for you from an aerial. We did get 5 comparable studies by our realtor that we utilized. And in the end, they recommended that we price the property.
I have a question for the mayor.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. So we did have our realtor use or get 5 comparables, as you can see up here, and they range from prices from $299 $299,000 to $199,000, and we were recommended to use an offer of, a list price of $397,000. We had 6 inquiries, and we received an offer for $390,000 on this particular property. And that was my presentation.
Okay. Council, questions? I think it sounds
Nope.
like a good deal. I think we've got a good price. It's about 22,000 an acre, and that's
All
good.
right, yeah.
And I had no other questions.
Nope.
Just curious, did we put in a counter to the offer?
It was, yeah, go ahead, Pablo. Pablo's our realtor.
Okay, I thought so.
Why'd you think so?
When you came in here, come on, man. I know you.
I came in here to give support for those that are running for this upcoming election and those that are supporting Kerrville. So,
Thank you.
Pablo Brinkman, 3928 Oak Park Drive. Yes, sir, we did. We listed it as Judy understands at like 22.5. We went in at 397. We've had a total of 8 offers. We put it on, Judy, on MLS, and we waited for this. We had to wait 30 days before we could meet with you. The initial offer, I think, was 352 is what they did. We had another offer at 370 that folded out the next day on a cash. So we countered pretty strong because it's just retail ready for somebody. We actually knew someone in that subdivision that's been acquiring property. And so when I contacted his realtor, he saw the value of it and quickly got it under. But yes, sir, we were 352. We counted at 390 very strong.
Sure.
So he was the first offer, which ended up being great.
Great, thank you. And just to clarify, in case anything got portrayed by that, I meant no disrespect. When you came in here, I thought you were probably here for that because we were told our realtor would be here representing this. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you for that information.
This is probably the most positive city council I've ever been at. I wanted to get up and stand with that guy and be his family member when he said he didn't have any family members. So I was gonna get up there, but I realized he meant the cops.
All right. If there are no more questions, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 07-2024 and authorize the city manager to execute the documents necessary to complete this sale.
A second.
We have a second. All in favor, right hand, and it is unanimous. So, good job, everybody, on that. Thank you. All right, we are down to a financial report for the month of January 31st. Julie?
Good evening, everyone. I'm actually at 2 short presentations for you today, our regular monthly financial report and then the annual TERS report, which is pretty brief, but we'll be filing that with the state coming up here in the next month. So looking at the month ending January 31st, here, okay. So overall, taxes and franchise fees, about $200,000 better than budget estimate, but property taxes are at 80% collections right now, so that's good. Franchise fees, if you remember when Amy came and did a presentation about rates and things a few months back, KPUB's running behind what we originally budgeted, but that has to do with what they're charged for power and the way she described that. So we've been working closely with them to kind of monitor what we expect to see for the rest of the year on that franchise fee revenue. Intergovernmental revenue looks better than budget there, but we did receive Kerr County's payment early, so that'll level out in February. But overall, the tax portion of our revenues are tracking right on budget. You can see in the next section there, revenue, recreation revenue is behind where we projected it to be. There's a lot of things going on in the economy right now, so we'll see what the next few months bring with our eclipse and some other things we have going on. Expenditures are overall better than budget right now, and we do have some staff shortages, still dealing with some turnover citywide. And then we have some maintenance things that it's just really a timing thing. It's too early to start predicting anything in that area. Looking at sales tax, so as you remember, FY24, we budgeted slightly less than fiscal year 23 just because of trends that we'd been watching over the past few years and especially within the past few months as we were leading up to year end. The graph on the left shows you year-to-date revenues year over year, so you can kind of see how each year fared at this same time period. Right now, fiscal year '24 is tracking right in line with budget. We're actually slightly behind last year right now, but we do have a large taxpayer that has a correction coming for a few months, so we expect for that to level out, and we should be right on budget. Water fund, kind of same story as last month, just a little bit better information because we have basically 2 more months of billing. Through the end of January, we're about 418,000 behind where we estimated to be on budget on revenues just in the water sales category. It's about 25% down in consumption compared to a prior 3-year average. We didn't just do last year, but we looked at some historical data just to see because consumption can vary from year to year. Sewer, 27,000 behind. Keep in mind that sewer doesn't affect, it's not affected as much because that we have that residential consistency there. So we'll be seeing changes in residential sewer averaging coming up in April, so we'll be able to report out a little bit better with what we expect for the rest of the year. Reuse is a little bit better than budget, and everything else is kind of tracking. Personnel right now better than budget, but we do have some staff shortages on the water side as well. And then maintenance is better than budget, but we're holding on some bigger items right now, just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen to make sure that we're taking care of things operationally, but still monitoring the budget as close as we can. This is just the chart that I showed you last month updated. So the yellow columns there are this fiscal year, and it just showing you year over year comparison as to where we were from a consumption standpoint compared to the prior 3 years. So through February, we have already billed that month out, and so after billing February, we're going to be close to 450,000 behind where we expect to be for budget, and 20% down using that prior 3-year average on consumption, primarily with that being in irrigation. Development services, you're going to see a shortfall in their revenues here also, but keep in mind that during stage 4, we didn't add any new permits, and so development services is also really hard to predict because, every year it changes. So we don't use the same kind of methodology we do use on historical percentages to date as we do on general fund and water fund and things that are a little bit more regular. So this we kind of just divide by 12 and watch historical and see kind of what happens. So there's a couple of factors here, but the lack of permitting there in those few months did hurt that. And then Guillermo provided the revenue chart at the bottom just so you could kind of see month over month for a couple of years there how it tracked. And I can give you a paper copy of that if you would like it. It's a little bit hard to read from up there. Expenses right in line with budget, so not really too concerned about that. We'll see what the next few months bring with some new residential permits and things like that coming on board. Occupancy tax, overall revenues, 10,000 behind where we estimate it to be primarily within the occupancy tax portion, which we continue to talk about, seems to be tracking a little bit with what sales tax is doing and recreation is doing also. Again, we'll see what this does over the next few months. Keep in mind that the April parks revenue that we booked back in October, we booked it forward, so that'll hit in April, and so we won't have any. We didn't book that early, so we did get the money early in the year, but we're holding that back, and so it will actually be recorded as revenue come April so that everything lines up accordingly month over month, so we can actually do a comparison. Really hard to say on expenses because, with Eclipse budget in there as well, we're not going to have those percentages that we're going to be able to line up with, but we are tracking that. We're watching that really closely to see what everyone's spending, and we're meeting regularly just to kind of get those budget updates and see what we're expecting to spend when it comes to Eclipse. Quick update on the calendar. So we've already started budget, as you know. We're wrapping up audit right now, and so on the 12th of March, we'll be presenting to you an audit summary and also a summary of the ACFR. So that's what we're wrapping up right now. Then we're, of course, waiting till April before we start talking about property tax because we haven't received preliminary rolls yet. And then we have some retreats and some budget workshops and those kind of things coming up. And we'll update this calendar as it gets a little more nailed down as far as when we're going to present budget and those kind of things. Any questions on any of that before I walk through TERS? I'll wait for Martin as I didn't bring my printed copy.
And Mayor, we do have one citizen speaker with this item, the TERS.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay. So, as I said,
Mr. Rector,
so-
Dr. Rector, okay, I thought you were coming to the mic, okay. Go ahead, Julie.
That's okay. So the annual report, as I said, it's already been presented to the TERS board, and so has been accepted by them. We'll be turning this in to the comptroller here within the next few weeks after it is presented to you. So just a quick update on projects that were partially funded by the TERS. We all know the clay and water development over there has been completed, looks really nice. The three-way stop, I think everyone was a little nervous about, seems to be working very effectively. I know for those of us who travel it a lot, it seems to be working really well. And then also Earl Garrett and Water, that is underway right now, and so some things going on over there, and we'll continue to keep you updated as that progresses over the next few months. I'm not sure what the timeline is on that exactly, but I'm sure Stuart and those guys will be giving you a report out on that. So this is just a listing, and we don't have to read all of this, but what's required by us to report to the comptroller, and so just wanted to make sure that you knew what exactly we actually present and turn in to the comptroller every year, and this will be for any TERS that we, this one and also the next one, that we have to report out on every year. But basically capturing appraised value and then turning in how we spent money and those kind of things. So just at a glance, looking at fiscal year '23, they actually came in with property tax right where we budgeted, so we were pretty happy about that. Actually, a little bit more than we budgeted, but remember, we budget them at 98%, just like we do with the general fund. We do have a little bit of conservative nature there because within the TERS, they don't have a big fund balance, and so if we had an exempt property, say, that came back later on and asked to be exempted, then there would be a refund there, but nothing that we can see as of right now that's outstanding or that could come back. You can see project contributions there for the two projects that we just talked about, with an overall ending fund balance at the end of '23 at $328,000. So with a '24 budget, with no expenditures budgeted right now, we expect to have an ending fund balance at the end of '24 about $670,000 in the TERS. So making progress, and so far, budget has been right on with what we've projected as far as property tax, so we're happy about that. This is just a year-to-date as far as collections for this year. So through the end of January, which is what we reported out to the TERS board, $777,000 in collections during the TERS, the base year being $542,000, so the increment that's been moved over so far, about $236,000. Outstanding amount, you can see that we still have $111,000 that hasn't been collected, and then we have the half pays there, $32,000, which is not considered delinquent, and then the rest is already considered past due, past the January 31st deadline. So that just gives you the estimated property tax revenue for fiscal year '24 at $342,000, and then where we kind of expect to be at the end of the year. So we provide this to the TERS. I try to provide it at least quarterly, regardless of whether we meet or not, just whenever we do, whenever we move money from the general fund over to the TERS fund. So that's really it. If anyone has any questions on TERS, be happy to talk about that.
It's not lots and lots, but it's a good start for a savings account.
That's right.
So,
That's right, making progress.
any questions?
Okay.
Anything from anybody up here? Oh, okay. All right, Dr. Rector.
I had asked to speak on 7B, so I appreciate the opportunity. When we created the TERS, TERS 1, we were told that the proceeds would be utilized to increase people downtown, increase attraction to businesses, and increase attraction for shoppers downtown. I was on Main Street Advisory and HDBA when this was proposed, and it was proposed as a demand stoplight. When someone needed to cross Water Street to get to the library or to the Heritage Center, they would push a button and Water Street traffic would stop. What we have created is a mandatory stop sign on Water Street. When this started, I have counted 10 to 11 vehicles stopped behind the stop sign. Now, we have 2, occasionally 3 vehicles stop waiting to go through the stop sign. What this tells me is that people have changed their driving habits. Instead of going on Water Street, they're going on Main, and they are bypassing downtown Kerrville. Council, we have a fragile downtown. We're very fortunate in that we have one vacancy downtown right now, and it's very thriving. But that's a fragile situation, and small things can make a difference. I would ask that council in the future look at the possibility of a demand stoplight. It is no more expensive. It utilizes solar energy just like the current stoplights, but it allows traffic to flow freely on Water Street unless someone needs to cross. And that will, I think, improve the numbers of people that go downtown, that pass the library, pass the Heritage Center, and pass down Water Street. When they pass Francisco's and see an empty table, it's like, hey, let's stop and eat, or that looks like a new business. Let's stop and check it out. We need to continue to flow people through our downtown to keep it healthy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we do not have to make any decisions there. We don't need to accept. We're good. We don't have to accept. All right, I believe we are ready for the last item of the day. 8A, we have some board appointments, and we will need to go into executive session on this, so do I have a motion?
I'll move to go into executive session under section 551.074 for item 9A.
Do we have a second? All in favor, right hand. Thank you. And at 7:08, we will recess.
I think he said not.
He said 9.
Are we going in on 8A?
It's 9A says the same thing as 8A.
Yeah, they say the same thing, so. Okay, did you get the time, Shelley, and that we will go upstairs? And we do have an announcement out of, and a motion, I believe, out of the executive session. So would someone like to make the motion, a motion? I will make a motion. Thank you. That we will nominate, or we will appoint, not nominate, we will appoint Rachel Johnson to the vacant seat for KPUB. We have a second from Mr. Harris. All in favor, right hand. And it is unanimous. Thank you very much, council. And is there anything that anyone wishes to put on a future agenda? Hearing none, at 7:26, we will close the meeting. Thank you all for coming, and good night.
Good.
All right. Thank you.
Happy birthday, George.
Happy birthday, George.
Happy birthday to you.